Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends Unite. And today, I will be driving the Lambo SCV12 in multiplayer to show you finally just how bad this car actually is. Because we have to talk about it. But also, I will hopefully help you to unlock this car if you're having troubles with the last stage of the special hunt. Because some people in the previous video told me like, hey DBT, can you help me out with this? And well, here I am, I'm gonna try. But before I jump into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video, because when you do that, you tell YouTube this is worth recommending to more people, and in that way, I can continue making these videos for you. So go ahead, do it for the channel, for the content, and all of that good stuff, and subscribe while you're at it, it's free, and remember, I post literally every single day. But alright, so, let's talk about the special hunt. Now, a couple of days ago, I made a video talking about the special hunt versus the regular hunt of the Apollo IE. I'll put the link in the top right if you want to watch that. But in this video, what I'm going to do is show you how you can get the key over here. Now, it's a peculiar situation. You know that you need to have the car at gold in order to be able to get the key. There's a caveat to that, but we'll talk about it. So you need to basically get all of the blueprints for the previous stages, then in stage 5, grind for all of the epics, and once you have them and you spend the 13 million or however much it costs to apply everything, then you can do this race, and if you beat 38 seconds, then you get your key. That's kind of how it works. Now, real quick, I just want to talk about something peculiar that I noticed on the rank of the car. Now, you will notice that I have it at gold. I already acquired all of the epics. Yeah, since a couple of days ago when I recorded that video, I was able to get all of the epics already. I'm telling you, it's not too difficult. So I got them, I applied them, and now my car is at gold. Fantastic. And I have the rank that it requires of 4061. Now, there's another way where you can avoid golding the car. If you have everything upgraded, but just without the epics, I don't remember exactly the rank that you're gonna be at, but then you can go into overclock, apply the overclock, and the 165 points that it gives you will be enough. Will take you over the required rank, so you can still get it without the epics. I would still recommend you to get the epics nonetheless, because it's not too often that Gameloft gives you a chance to just gold cars for free. So I would take advantage of that. But either way, that is the option. And when I was checking all of that, I noticed something very peculiar that kind of proves how the ranks in this game are absolute nonsense. I mean, that's not news. We knew this was the case. But I just thought it was funny to notice it in one single car. And that is because on the left side, you see the stats of the SCV12 at gold. And on the right, you see it, the SCV12 at 5 stars, all the way upgraded without a single epic, but overclocked. And you will notice that the rank of the car at gold is actually lower than overclocked. Okay, fair enough. But if you look at the stats, gold top speed is higher than overclocked. Acceleration of gold is higher than overclocked. Handling of gold is higher than overclocked. And nitro at gold is higher than overclocked. So basically the car at gold is better than overclocked, but somehow the rank is smaller. Why? I don't know. It's just the game and its things. I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how to do this thing with the car at gold. Honestly, I did not try it with the car overclocked, because by the time I saw these comments, I had already applied some of the epics, so it didn't make sense anymore. So I'm just gonna show you how to do it at gold. And first, I'm gonna do it in manual drive. Now, let the record show that I'm not trying to fool anybody into thinking that I'm a great player, because I am not. I'm a very average player. So what I'm going to show you over here is not like the black book of how to do this race. No. I'm just going to show you a very normal lap that I can do and how you can get the key for the car. Once again, this is in manual, but I will also try at, not at gold, well, yes, at gold, but in touch drive, because that is where things are going to get a little bit dicey. Now, over here in general, it shouldn't be much of a problem for me to do this, because, again, not a fantastic player, but if you're playing in manual and you know kind of what you're doing, you will be fine. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. So a little bit of drift over here, gonna go full speed, and the nitro on this thing is pretty nice, so you shouldn't have too much. Whoa! We're gonna talk about that, don't worry. We're gonna talk about that once we get to the multiplayer in this video. But yeah, almost 37 seconds, and I needed to beat 38 seconds. So this would have given me the key. But now let's talk about it in touch drive. And I am not a touch drive player, so I might fail over here. I've been able to get this time. I checked it before I started recording. I can get the time, but not consistently. But hopefully this is gonna help you a little bit. So I'm just gonna do a lap, see if I can beat the time, and then I will try to explain in real time what it is that I'm doing. But for now, let me just make sure that I do this relatively right. And actually I did it wrong because I completely missed out on that nitro. That's not fantastic. I might fail this attempt. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, I am not a touch drive player. I'm not super, I wouldn't say familiar, more like I'm not accustomed to the, what would I call it? The ins and outs of touch drive. I know it sounds dumb, but there's some little bit of science to touch drive as well. 37, there we go, I got it, 37.7, I got it. All right, so with that alone, I would have been able to beat the time, and I will admit that this is not my best touch drive lap. Let me do it over and I'll explain what I'm doing. And if I fail this attempt, please don't judge me too hard. Feel free to slow it down a little bit as well in YouTube to see what it is that I am doing, but I'll try to explain the best that I can. First, right out of the gate, don't use nitro. Just go in a straight line, and once you hit the shadow up ahead, that's when you start to drift. Go to the right side as you're still drifting, use a little bit of nitro to get rid of the car, switch back to perfect nitro and hit the left side. If you did that at the right time, you would have been able to get that nitro bottle. I didn't do it, but hey, it's not insanely important to get that. Going to this side, a little bit of, oh great, I lost connection somehow. Okay, well, do what you're seeing. Drift this whole section, get your nitro going. If you have shockwave, go for it. If not, well, just double tap nitro should suffice. And I cannot even see my time. Hey, not syncing. Can you let me see what was my time? Oh yeah, look at that, 37.498. So there you go, that's how you can do it. I know, that was a terrible explanation. A few minutes later. All right, so I'm gonna try again. Yeah, I don't know why the game suddenly decided to stop working, but here we go. So I'm gonna try to explain it once again. Again, straight line, don't use nitro. Once you touch the shadow, start drifting and go to the right side. Keep the drift going. If the car gets in the way, use a little bit of nitro. Then go to the left side, use your perfect nitro, and I still missed that. Well, why am I missing it now? Anyway, go to the right side, get your nitro going. Always do some flat spins with this car because it's too long. And if you don't do those, you might end up messing up. Go to the right side, drift this curve, and go to the right again. From here, if you can get the shockwave, fantastic. Go into either of the ramps, you'll be fine. And again, the nitro duration of this thing is long enough where it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And there we go, 37.5. So, hopefully this is gonna help you a little bit on how to do this if you're having troubles. I know that there's gotta be a bunch of players that are like, DBT, I know how to do this, why are you doing this? But hey, hopefully this helps somebody. But now, let's actually play with the car in multiplayer. And I'm gonna be playing in MP1, you know, where it's the most competitive and whatnot and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna be running with the car at gold, not overclocked at all. And we're gonna test it and just see, well, how bad it actually does. Once again, just to confirm, not going overclock, because I want to show what's gonna be the standard performance of this car when, even if overclock is not available. So there you go, let me remove touch drive and let's get to it. And I'm gonna admit right away, the title or the thumbnail of this video, it's clickbait. Yes, I don't believe this car is terrible. I'm basically just making fun of the people that continue to say the same bull over and over about this car being absolutely terrible. Now, like I mentioned in the video that I did last time where I compare the hunt of this car versus the one of the Apollo IE, even in that video I said that in general you should probably focus more on the Apollo IE because I believe that in the everyday scenario, the Apollo IE is gonna be a more effective car than this one. So then you're like, DBT, then you're just saying that the car is terrible. No, I'm not. I'm saying that there are cars that are better, maybe even easier to get and all of that stuff. But that doesn't make this car terrible. And that is a point that I've said a bunch of times, and yet people continue to debate me about it and argue that this car is terrible. It's like, god damn. And it's funny because I even mentioned in videos like, oh, how much you want to bet that there's someone gonna be in the comment like, oh, this car is terrible. Like, Jesus Christ. Then yeah, it always happens. There's always that people. Now, once again, I'm not trying to say that this car is amazing, right? It is not. It is just an okay car. I wouldn't even dare to say that it's in the, listen, where, you know, an absolute trash tier Class B car, like whatever is the lowest in Class B or the slowest, whatever. That would be a 0. And what is the best car in Class B? Probably still considered the, oh, what's that one called? The F1, right? And that's a 10. I would still put this at like a solid 6.5. That doesn't sound like a lot, but that doesn't make it terrible. That is the point that I'm trying to make. This car is not as bad as people want it to make, as people make it out to be. Is it an amazing, insanely, wow, the best car out there? No. No, it's not. But it's not that bad either. All right, I got defeated by an Apollo N, which is much faster, and even a Grand Sport that was driven better than what I was driving, but I did beat a Superleggera, 3 more Essenzas, and a Corvette Grand Sports. So now that I've given you my thoughts on that, I'm gonna do something that I don't do very often, and that is try to shut up during the races. Because Listen, I've said it a bunch of times, it sounds like cope, but I drive better when I'm not talking. And since you always see me driving and talking, well, you don't see the best that I can do. Not that I'm much better, but still. So obviously the strong part of this car is the acceleration. That's what's gonna carry you quite a bit. Oh god, I almost ran out. So if you get in a track that has a bunch of jumps, and they're short jumps, oh boy, this thing can do a lot of damage. Like someone would say, that's a lot of damage. Shut up, DBT. I shut myself up because I forget that I'm supposed to be not talking. All right, to be fair, an Apollo is a much faster car, so not surprised that he overtook me. Let's see if I can somehow stay ahead. This is the track that has the long jump at the very end. I'm beat. No, it's not. So again, Apollo N, much faster. What I have to my advantage is some better handling and much better acceleration. Oh, first place! What? Oh, come on! Okay, I was put in second. I guess. Oh, man. Come on, we finished at the same time. That's bull. I'm fine. Hey, it was still a good race, so I'll take it. And once again, the Apollo, and you know, that's a very fast car. So it was an interesting matchup between a very fast car and a very accelerating car. I wouldn't even say that this car is agile, but still. Okay, this one is gonna be kind of rough. Because remember when I said that the short jumps benefit this car? This track is very much top speed oriented and it has long jumps. So that's where this thing is gonna suffer a little bit, but hey, we shall try nonetheless. And I changed the color of the car because reasons. And I mean, it's no surprise. This track, it's very much a top speed oriented track. And with the long jumps, I'm sure I can accelerate real quick at the exit of a jump. Or at the start of a jump, I suppose. But then the faster cars are just gonna keep a higher top speed overall. So, oh god. Come on, don't mess up, DBT. So once again, my acceleration carries me a little bit. But long jump. No, are you f***ing kidding me? God, I hate this jump so goddamn much. It's so inconsistent. Sometimes you do it fine. Sometimes for absolutely no reason, you do it wrong. Let's go. Has anybody cracked what is the secret behind that jump? Because legit, sometimes you just do it fine. Sometimes it will not work. I don't understand. I'm fine, whatever. All right, I'm gonna blame the game on this one, because nah, that was BS. But anyway, I still beat a couple of cars, though two disconnected, so I guess that doesn't count for much. Ooh, we're back in Rome. Okay. Let's see what we can do in this one. So as you can see, and again, I'm not like, oh, look at how many W's I'm getting with this car. Now, granted, if I was a better player, I could probably be getting more W's, but hey, here we are. I didn't need to drift over there in the sense that the car was gonna be able to do it just with handling alone, but I needed the nitro zone. Shockwave. Let's not crash over here like I often do. Good. Couldn't get that nitro bottle, damn it. No, I missed the nitro. Oh, did I keep it? Oh, let's go. Barely. I'm running out of nitro so badly. But yeah, I managed to keep that second place. Alright, that got, oh man, it was a DBS Superleggera, and it was overclocked on top of that, so that kind of makes some sense. But look at that, beaten 2 Apex, a Berlinetta, Apex, and 2 more Essenzas. Nice. Now I'm gonna make some parentheses over here to talk about something peculiar about this car, which I like and I dislike. when you go with the official colors, I really like this livery. I think it looks fantastic. But it has one thing that I don't like too much about this type of cars, where the back it's all black. You know that I like when you can see better the lines of the car, and while it's still a bit of a car and you can still see a lot of it, you know, I would prefer if not everything was black. And in fact, if you change the color to a custom one, now it loses the livery, but look, suddenly you can see a lot of the detail on the back, and it's like, oh, that's so cool. But the problem that I have with this is that it also completely removes all of the accent in all of this stuff. Look at the canard just painted green over here, the splitter and all of this stuff. I mean, it does keep a little bit of the additional details, but if this section, and once again, the splitter and the canards could be painted black, oh, this would be fantastic. I just have this little bit of a problem. I hate seeing this whole thing being the same color in that way, but okay, it is what it is. Let's keep driving. And now I painted my car red for reasons. And metallic red at that, though I don't know how noticeable it is with my current settings. I did enable reflections, and it hasn't made the game unstable, so that's kind of nice, but still, we'll see how noticeable that is in race. Okay, someone is gonna disconnect, or is disconnecting, or has disconnected, because it's taking way too long to start, so anytime game, I'll be here, just waiting. Osaka, this could get interesting. Now, one thing that I thought it was worth mentioning is that the matchup in this match-ups in this season are very peculiar, but I'll shut up for now. So this car doesn't drift fantastic, by the way. That's why earlier I said that I wouldn't necessarily call this an agile car. Not that it drifts terrible, but it's not particularly great at it. But, once again, even if the drift isn't amazing, with this level of acceleration at the exit of a turn, oh, you can just gain your speed right back up. And that is absolutely great. Oh boy, I bounced a little bit weird there, but we're fine, we're fine. That's another first place, let's go! Wait, another? I think this is the first one that I got on this video, isn't it? I don't know, but yeah, look at that. Berlinetta, Apex, Apollo, Berlinetta, Essenza, Berlinetta, 765LT. Well, to be fair, this guy's very underranked, but still, defeated all of them. Why? Because the card's okay. And that's what I was saying, that these matchups, why am I getting so much room? These matchups are peculiar because a lot of the cars that I'm facing are similar in the sense that they're the type of agile, not necessarily insanely fast, lots of nitro, so it is an interesting one. It matches it against cars of a similar role in the game. I'm not gonna get the shockwave. No, I did. Cool. Don't crash DBT. I've gotten better at not crashing in that one, but... Oh god! Jesus. Right, I've learned that I cannot pick that up just with handling alone, so I need to do a little bit of drift to get that nitro bottle there. Oh god, bounced a little bit too much. And there we go. That's another W. Let's go, baby. All right, and Apex, Berlinetta, Vantage, Essenza, SC63, and 76. Okay, but again, another bunch of disconnectors. But hey, I'm telling you, these are interesting. Look, for example, the Apex, it's a car that is so insanely agile. You know that it has the perfect nitro boost. It's a great car. It doesn't accelerate fantastic, but insane drift and plus really good nitro duration. The Berlinetta, for example, that car, it's way faster than this. I think like Isn't it like 50? 350 or something? I don't quite remember. But it's faster, better nitro. See what I'm saying? These are very interesting matchups for this car. And I'm getting some good results. Okay, over here I don't expect fantastic results because it's Paris. And I did see an Apollo N right there. Overall, depending on the version of the map, yeah, this can be... Oh, there's an RPM player over there. Nice. Yeah, depending on the version of the track, this can be very biased towards top speed cars, so there is that as well. But hey, it is what it is. Such is the game. We're gonna try to get whatever I can. See, the faster cars are getting past me. I wonder why. Oh god, I went on the wrong side. And once again, this makes sense. All right, it doesn't even bother me because if I land, for example, you saw that in Rome, I was getting some good results because it's relatively twisty. And this car, once again, while not insanely agile, the acceleration helps it a ton. So I got some good tracks. Now I got into a bad track for my car. This is fine. I'm okay. I can live with it. And oh man, I wanted to get the car stuck. You may notice that I always like trying to get the car stuck at the end once I cross the finish line, but it's fine. Yeah, faster, GT12, a couple of super legeras, definitely faster. No, actually, this is not faster. Never mind. No, it's not faster. It was just driven very well, I suppose. Very nice, very nice. All right. Ooh, there's an Apollo IE over there. Nice. Oh, with the fancy livery. Let's go. All right, let's see what we can do over here. I don't really know. I think this is a relatively balanced track in terms of top speed versus agility focus. Especially around the big bridge. Yeah, tons of speed that people can build over there for sure. But then again, the jumps help, so... I'm keeping the first place that I was blessed with at the start of the race. The question is, can I keep it? Oh, it's right behind me. Oh, that's a super Leggera, isn't it? Oh, I missed that nitro bottle. RIP. But see what I'm saying? You get to jumps, that's where this thing... The acceleration of this thing is so powerful. Yeah, I know it's not the highest acceleration in Class B, not even close, but still, really high nonetheless. Oh boy, come on, come on. No, he also had Shockwave. Oh man, well that was close. That was a good race. I liked it, I liked it. Fair enough. I still gained some points, so that counts for something. But yeah, with the Apollo IE, the Grand Sport, another Essenza, and another Super Leggera. Huh. Cool, I like that one. Overall, having a look at the cars that are available to play, for example, right now that I'm in Platinum 4, where the SCV12 is featured, I'm seeing that a lot of the cars, like I was just saying, it's very interesting. They're sort of balanced in the same way, where they occupy very similar spots. Corvette Grand Sport, Aston Martin Vantage GT12, the Apex AP0, all three of these, you know, very similar with not necessarily super fast, but insane nitro and generally good handling or good drift and whatnot. We have, again, Apollo IE, which is pretty good acceleration, not insanely fast. This is much faster, but hey. For example, once again, we see the two Lambos over here, both of them similar in the sense that really good acceleration. I don't know, I think the only ones that don't really fit over here, I believe, are the Class C ones, like the Daytona. I don't think it will be able to do anything, neither the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT Black Series, but for the most part, all of the other cars that I'm seeing over here are pretty alright. Though, once again, talking about cars that are worse or that are garbage, I don't know, for example, the Sin, I don't have it upgraded right now, but the Sin is one car that I do consider, I wouldn't still call it garbage, but I would consider it in a lower tier, for example, than what people make it out to be for the Essenza SCV12, because while this car is very, very quick, this car handling is atrocious, the drift is not existent, the nitro is apparently super good, but it actually doesn't feel that good when you're driving it, so I would say this is a bad car, for example. Now, someone may still debate me on this one, and fair enough. I think a lot of this is subjective, but this is what I'm trying to illustrate over here, is that there are cars that I do consider that would be more deserving of the garbage what would I call it, label that they're giving the Essenza. Now, looking at the garage itself rather than just the multiplayer selection, here's where I want to say that it's so incredibly subjective to call anything to be a bad car. Because, yeah, obviously, if we look at the Porsche 911 GT SCV12, it's like, wow, this thing, put this thing against the, I don't know, the Huracan, and of course, it's going to be straight up garbage. But then again, this is meant to play currently, in multiplayer, and by currently I mean in Asphalt Legends Unite as opposed to Asphalt 9. It's meant to race against other things, not those higher tier Class B. Now, granted, in the old multiplayer, where it was all Class B, all, you know, like a free-for-all, where you could find a Porsche 911 GT SCV12 versus a McLaren F1LM, or whatever, it's the one over here. Yeah, this is absolute trash tier, it will not compete at all. But nowadays, thanks to how multiplayer is divided, then this car, it's, you know, it competes against Class D and some Class C, and also low Class B. So that's why I say it's so incredibly difficult to say that, oh, this particular car is straight up garbage. Yeah, there are some cars, for example, before, people used to hate the 4GT Mark II in Asphalt 9 because this thing is so slow. It was one of the slowest cars in all of Class B, but guess what? Now, you drive this thing in regular multiplayer, and turns out that this can do very well because you get matched against cars that are slightly closer to the general performance of this thing. So that is why the perspective is very different, and that is why it bothers me so much that people keep on calling the Essenza like it's a garbage car. Even in the old multiplayer of Asphalt 9, this car was still not garbage back then. It wasn't amazing, the same way that it remains to not be amazing, but it wasn't garbage. I don't know, I just think it's so silly that people keep on thinking in such a way just because, I don't know, they don't like the car, and fair enough, they don't like the car, that's enough. It's just, I find it so hilarious that people still like to run around saying that this car is garbage, even if they don't actually know if the car is garbage or not. Now, like I just said, obviously it's going to be incredibly subjective, and I try to not let my Lamborghini love bias. Wow, this guy's doing those turns so much better than me. I try to not let my Lamborghini love bias my thoughts on this, but maybe I don't succeed. I don't know, but yeah, I just don't think this car is as bad. Now, I did mention earlier, and I don't know if I actually got into the topic or not, that this car can have some physics issues because it's so bloody long. Some jumps, when you're doing 360s or even if you're doing a straight up jump, can be a bit of a trouble because being so long, sometimes the back of the car ends up hitting, ooh, RIP buddy, ends up hitting a ledge, and that's just gonna make your car do a strange flip, and that's the end of your race. Yeah, there are some problems with that, I'll grant you that. Does that make it garbage? It makes it sometimes a little bit less reliable. Yeah, I'll give it that. Like I said, I'm not trying to say this car is amazing, alright? Defeated the Grand Sport, Essenza, Berlinetta, Apex, Berlinetta, and 2 Grand Sports. There you go. Lovely stuff. Oh, apparently I reached Platinum 2. Even though that's not a thing in this multiplayer, am I gonna get a reward from it? Yes. Some packs. Good. Very well. So the entire purpose of this video has obviously to be talking about the car and the general performance of it, and hopefully this will help someone to decide or to figure out that maybe the car is not as bad as some people say that it is. Some people are just very, very biased against it for some reason. I don't understand. Maybe it's because they don't like it visually, I guess. Oh boy, can I do this right? I always mess this jump. I always mess it up. I mean, totally intended to do that. Totally. That was not a fluke. That was an insane move by DBT, doing amazing stuff because DBT is such a great, great, great player. Oh boy! I'm fine. No! Oh, I did that wrong. Trust me, the car can drift better than that. I don't know what I did wrong in that particular turn, and well, that was the results. Come on, come on. She's gonna pass me. Don't pass me. Don't pass me. Let's go! Barely kept. There was something right behind me, wasn't there? Yeah, look at that. Finished with a difference of 167 milliseconds. Yep, that was pretty close. Look at how many SCV12s. And that one was also, what's it called? Overclocked. Huh, I'm starting to run out of enemies to drive in these leagues. Because yeah, now there's less and less players per race. That's interesting. But yeah, obviously I'm also getting into higher, more difficult opponents, but hey, here we are. We're still gonna try to do our best over here. See what I'm saying about the sometimes physics issues with this car being so long and doing weird things? It happens. Oh god. What am I doing? What am I doing? No! I messed up. Hey, not too bad. I mean, granted, that 𝐆𝐿𝐼𝐋𝐃 did great. That was a great race by that 𝐆𝐿𝐼𝐋𝐃, but overall, not too bad. Look at what I'm saying about finding harder and harder opponents. And now it's kind of curious that on the harder side of these leagues, I'm finding a lot more Essenzas. So does that show that the cars are pretty good? I don't know. Ooh, okay, now we got into a race with a lot of players. Whoa, that looks kind of cool in white. That Essenza over there. You see, you get to see the back of the car more clearly. Oh, it looks so cool. But anyway, let's see what we do over here. Got a lot of people using the Movember emoji. Oh god, I bounced. Oh no. Yeah, that was not ideal. What was that? I was trying to do a 360. Oh god! I almost rung out. Oh, and it canceled my shockwave. No! Alright, I messed up. The bad result in this race is just the result of my bad driving, alright? It happens. Hey, you can't win them all. Like I said, at this point I'm racing against even harder opponents, so fair enough. Oh well, a 5th place. It would have been great to finish with an amazing result. But either way, the entire purpose of this video is not for me to just say, oh, you should absolutely focus in this car because it's the better car. No. This is just me wanting to fight a little bit against the misinformation that for some people love to spread regarding this car being absolute trash, when in reality, it's a pretty okay car. I would even dare to say that it's on the goodish side. It's like a light version of the Huracan. Just accelerates allegedly tiny bit better, and I say allegedly because people say that the Huracan's acceleration is even better than this, but honestly, they haven't measured it. In spite of the numbers saying something else, but still. So overall, like I said, yeah, this is not as better than a Huracan, but if you're the type of player who doesn't have any cars and you're far away from getting the Huracan because you don't have all of the cars required for the Starway or you're not in the correct garage level just yet and whatnot, why not do this when you can get a car that is absolutely great, well, absolutely good-ish, and get some good races and whatnot, so long as you get used to it. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this whole thing, grab a little bit with this car. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this video in terms of the multiplayer, where it was a bit more focused on the results rather than me rambling all the time, 100% of the time. I don't know, maybe you like this better, maybe you like it worse, I don't know, let me know what you think. And by the way, the patch notes, I think they're coming soon from the content creators. I'm gonna wait to do my patch note review until the patch notes are published in the official website. Once that's done, I promise you that I will do a full readout through them and see what is what. But for now, if you enjoyed the video, like button. Once again, tell me in the comments if you like this type of video where I focus more on trying to get some better results. But that's all. Thank you for watching. See you next one. Bye.